Remy, how are the guys after what was a lengthy little match there?
No, I think everybody's good. I mean, there's some tired bodies, but we'll regen and get them ready to go. And the guys who stay behind, all reports were they trained really well. So, yeah, the mood's upbeat, and I think we'll have a talk this morning and then again later on, see where some of them are at physically, and just get an honest assessment and pick a team from there.
So right now, everyone you would assume is available?
Everyone is available.
3-4-3 formation against DC United. What did the club think about the formation, and could we see it again in the future?
The club meaning me?
Yeah, no, the team itself. Sorry.
The team liked it. As far as the feedback was good. It's not something that I went into just on my own. I think if you're going to change things, you have to have buy-in. I'm a big believer in buy-in versus compliance, and so if it was something they weren't comfortable with or didn't feel good in, then it's not something we would have done. So the players were happy, and I think it's always important to have a plan B. Our biggest problem is we've been leaking goals, and we lead the league in goals given up, and having been around some other coaches with a lot more experience than me, when things get like this, you have to stop giving up goals, and that gives you a basis from which to do everything else. So, having looked at it really, really objectively, and trying to figure out a way to try and stem that, that's what we went with. So.
Is that type of formation also a chance to bolster the attack, to get Mohamed El Munir and whatever right back RJ Allen maybe involved in the attack, give you guys a little bit more width in the attack?
Yeah, I think it gives a little more natural width for sure. And now the next step is getting numbers in the box and being useful when we get in those wide areas. Are our crosses effective? Are we picking up second balls if we don't win the cross and those types of things. So. I think we saw flashes of it. I think there were some good balls fizzed across the face of goal, but now it's just capitalizing on those moments.
Emotionally, how can this help to fight for 120 minutes and then pull out a PK victory?
I think the thing I'm proud of them is, in looking back, we had one really bad moment, which led to the goal, where we had two guys on the left-hand side sort of token defend, and then Maddox gets free, token defending, and I had to go at him at halftime about that, and I just said, that is a basic requirement of being a professional soccer player, is your ability to defend 1 versus 1. If you're not willing to do it, then we'll make other arrangements. And they all apologized right there, and and they dug in, and I think what I was happy for is there were times in the game where we started to fade a little bit. They were on top of us, and we didn't give in. We dug in and we rode through the bad times and came through the other side. So, I think just all those little things, you have to remind them of them, because those are the things that will sustain you in the next game, not the fact that we won. The fact that how you got to the win, that you fought hard in times you had to fight hard, and you made good choices, in those moments. And those are the things you have to remind them of, because those things will happen again. If everybody just thinks, oh, we won, but you have to remember how you got there. So.
You had mentioned that a win on Wednesday doesn't mean much if it doesn't carry over to Saturday as well. Is there pressure going into this weekend against Montreal?
Absolutely. I think one of the things about playing for a club like Orlando City is there's inherent pressure. You're relevant in the marketplace. You have a rabid fan base, and people expect you to go out and perform and win. And I think, I've told the players before, that being in a place like this cuts both ways, right? Because you love having the full stadium, you love the support, but with that comes expectation, and we have to make sure we're starting to meet those expectations. So, I think. Going into tomorrow night, the expectation is to go and, defend our home field and win a game.
Last week when you took on Montreal, it was kind of them looking for a turn of their season because they haven't been doing too well, but you're facing the likes of Nacho Piatti again. What are some of the problems they present you now, knowing what to expect?
I think they're really organized. I think Remy has them, really, really organized. I think they have a real strong base from which to build from through the middle part of the field. And somebody with Piatti's ability can turn a game. You can prepare for him, but that's what makes great players great, is their unpredictability and their ability to just, lay to waste all your good plans. So, I think that'll be something we'll be on guard for. But I think the other thing for us too, looking back, is we're on the end of that road trip and we had tired legs, and I think tomorrow we're going to need energy and sort of just not allow them to get in the game, hopefully, as much as they did before. And I think they were smart last time. They knew we were on the back of the road trip, and they came after us the first 10 minutes and got us on the back foot. And we didn't. It took us a little while to get into the game, and we just can't afford for that to happen.
To be home again, I mean, what does that mean for you guys after it seems like, what, a month or so?
Well, it meant I had to go to the grocery store because there's nothing in the fridge. No, I think everybody's excited to be home. I think everybody's really excited to be back in the stadium and just have some support behind us tomorrow. So hopefully, everybody will turn out and give us the lift we need. So.
Do you get updates on the search so you're not looking over your shoulder and wondering, hey, what news may come out today or anything like that?
No. I mean, if they have something that I needed to know, they would tell me. So it takes, I was talking to somebody yesterday, and it takes enough energy to look after them than to start worrying about other things. And I've said all along, this isn't, it's not about me. It's about making sure that, it's about the club and the players and the supporters. So making sure we get a win tomorrow.
That one day at a time mentality, is that a message you spread to the rest of the team too?
Yeah, I mean, I think we even break down smaller than that when we talk about the game. We talk about moment by moment. Moments are important. So make sure that when you're in that moment, you make the best choice you can. So, it's just there's so many things in this world we can't control. So let's make sure we focus on the little ones we can. So, which is our reactions and our behaviors and the way we approach things, our habits.